So this is a small garage gym tour. I'm going to start just counterclockwise, and at the end I'll tell you how much everything cost. First, I'm going to start off with the space. It is a 2-car garage. The owner before me tried to turn this into a living room, so I have tile floors, ceiling fans. Don't get excited about those, they don't work very well. Mirrors everywhere. This is a mirror from a closet door from the inside of the house. Nice heavy-duty insulated garage doors, but the ceiling is not very well insulated, and this exterior wall is not insulated at all. Some furniture, trying to get rid of, and a bunch of my kids' stuff that just gets stored in here. A weight tree I'm going to give away because I don't have the floor space, because I just got a reverse hyper. The guy who owned it had bought it after a car accident to rehab his back. His doctor recommended it, and he basically gave it away. He gave it to me for real cheap. A cheap fan bike. My whole life, I thought I did not like cardio. Turns out I love cardio. I just hate running. So having a fan bike has been huge, because I can put on my phone, put on YouTube, put on a movie or a podcast, and just bike for an hour and enjoy it. A 4-foot by 8-foot equipment mat I use as a yoga mat and for Turkish get-ups. Couple of small yoga mats, some bags holding jump ropes and stuff. A turntable, because why not? My sound system is some headphones. These are my go-to because my wife sleeps on the other side of this wall, usually when I'm working out. So loud music is not going to happen most of the time. Some small Bluetooth headphones. These work great. And for zone 2 rides, or when I'm not moving my hands above my head, I'll use some nicer headphones. This mirror came from the back of a TV. It weighs about a pound. It's a piece of shiny cloth, like a survival blanket. This shelf was here when I got here, so of course it's immediately cluttered with all kinds of crap. The bench is a Gold's Gym Pro. It is not my favorite. I don't like it. It's hard to adjust. The vinyl tore, and that's not a big deal, but it was free, so I can't complain that much. I just would not recommend it, and I would like to invest in something else, but as long as this works, it's kind of hard to spend more money on it. The rack is a Titan T2, the old model, pre-2019, I think. I have some gymnastics rings that just live on the rack. They just stay there, as well as an off-brand TRX that just stays on the rack forever, and I slide it around as I need to. My only barbell I bought with the rack, it is the Titan Atlas bar, like their kind of base model bar, and it's just stored in a landmine with some Velcro straps just holding it upright so it doesn't fall over. The board I actually use for the punching bag. I got the punching bag free from the same guy who gave me the bench, and I can tell you that story if you really want to hear it. But he gave me both of these for free when he threw a tantrum. So the way I'll hook this up is the bag will just go onto this end of the board, and then this end of the board will, of course, pop up because of the weight. So I'll pull it down and use a toe strap to strap it to the safety. So the board is just held in place by the weight, or the toe strap on one end and the weight of the bag on the other end, and it works great. I have collars, cheap Amazon collars. I tape some magnets to, so I never lose them. Magnetic counters. They sell these at Lowe's. They're just like thumbtack magnets. But I'll use these, there's 1 set, there's 2 sets, 3 sets. A timer. A phone holder. This is a tripod from, I think the brand is Gorilla. But it lets me just put my phone at wherever I want it to be and keep it within arm's reach. If I'm doing, push-ups or V-ups or something on the ground, I can move it down or have it at eye level the rest of the time. The preacher curl pad. Try to get around all my straps and crap. That is the preacher curl pad for the bench. I never use it, but it would go right here. A slam ball and my kids' kettlebells. My 6-year-old wanted some kettlebells like daddy, so of course she got some. These are my adjustable kettlebells. They go from 12 to 32 kilos. Those are my favorite pieces of equipment ever. Here's my weights, because I had to get rid of the weight tree, so I'm going to get some more of these weight posts. I just got to get some from Amazon. I tried that brand, and they're fine. I was going to buy another few sets. There is some weights for the kettlebells. They go inside. A pool noodle to keep me from dropping stuff underneath this crappy shelf I made out of some trash. Some extra horse stall mats. More straps. Some rope. Odds and ends. Some very nice barbell grips. Credo, this is like, Amazon brand. I got it on Amazon for pretty cheap. Some homemade lifting straps I was experimenting with. I like those for pull-ups. Just a lot of odds and ends, just clutter. The only piece that I'm kind of excited about was the platform. I built this off of plans from Alan Thrall. If you Google Alan Thrall deadlift platform, you'll find him. He's a gym motor out of California. And he recommended using good quality plywood because it won't warp. I used OSB because it will never warp. So I have a layer of horse stall mats to level out the tile, 2 layers of OSB, and then a layer of good quality plywood, and then horse stall mats just to make up the height difference. And that lets me bolt my rack down without having to drill through the rack. These are just L shelf brackets that I've screwed down and then cut the ends off of, so I don't cut myself, and then taped it just because anything you cut with a angle grinder is razor sharp. Same thing with the landmine with these blocks of wood. They're just here so the rack can't slide. That's what lets me use the TRX and not pull this whole rack towards me, because I probably outweigh this rack and I don't want it to slide around when I'm doing rows or ring dips or anything. So I just have a whole bunch of those. And so this rack is, like, I can't rip it out if I want to. It is very firmly attached. Some odds and ends in storage. Jack stand, trying to think of the name of that. Jack stand, I use that when I'm doing landmine work to hold the barbell up so I can get the weights on and off. And if you're interested, here is the cost of everything. The total, $19.71. And there is some information. One of the things about this garage gym I wanted to do was to have all of the equipment fit on the platform. And except for the reverse hyper, it will all fit. We had a hailstorm a while back, and I managed to stack everything inside the rack. I mean, floor to ceiling, it was full, but it does all fit. So everything except for the reverse hyper can get piled up into here uncomfortably, but it will work. And if I'm going to give anybody a life hack for a home gym, go to Walmart and spend like $7 or $8 and get you one of these. This is the Hyper Tough, and it's marketed as a mechanic's knee pad. Anytime I'm doing any kind of mobility or stretches and my kneecap is on the ground, this is meant to be kneeled on. It's a very stiff, like it's soft, but the core of it is pretty stiff. If your kneecap's on the ground, this will save your knees. So I'm doing half kneeling presses and mobility work, and this is absolutely amazing for a few dollars. So this is my happy place. And if you guys have any questions, let me know.